everyone. I hope you're all doing great out there, bringing another live to you from Los Angeles. And tonight, depending on where you're located, um, I wanted to go ahead and talk about the one big fight that's gonna be right before the Conor McGregor and Dustin Poirier fight, and I actually didn't know this was scheduled. I knew it was actually scheduled. I just didn't know that it was gonna be on a Wednesday, right before the Connor and Dustin event. So yeah, that fight is Michael Chiesa against Neil Magny. And I haven't really put in too much thought about this fight, but I think Michael Chiesa is a bad matchup for Neil Magny. That's just my honest opinion. I don't see how Neil Magny is gonna beat against Michael Chiesa. I mean, Chiesa is gonna be all over him, but the way Neil Magny is gonna have to win is by keeping his distance and trying to get some strikes on him. But we'll have to wait and see if he'll be able to do that, or if Michael Chiesa will be all over him, because Michael Chiesa is one of those sticky fighters. He's long. Actually, he's a pretty long guy. He likes to stick onto his opponents and not really stay far actually. And Neil Magny on the contrary has to stay far and keep his distance and strike him out and put the pressure on him that way, because when we look at Neil Magny, let's do it. He's won 24 fights. But hang on, I'm gonna see if I can pull up his Wikipedia real quick. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. I want to see how many fights he's won via submission, because I know this guy's a striker. Um, Let me see here. Neil Magny. I got it right here. So, let's see. He's won everything. He's had 3 submissions, 14 decisions. He's a decision fighter, and 7 knockouts. And he's lost 4 times by submission. So this guy loses oftentimes by submission, once by decision, and 2 times by knockout. So like I said, he's a point fighter. And I just don't see how he's gonna be able to get it done against Michael Chiesa, because Chiesa is actually a submission artist. This guy's good on the ground. Um, he can strike. Chiesa can strike, and I think Chiesa has the capacity to, grab you, put you on the ground, and submit you. And I think that's exactly what's gonna happen. And if that doesn't happen, what I believe is actually, or what I believe can happen, and that there's also a very good likelihood of it happening, is Michael Chiesa throwing Neil Magny on the ground and just being on top of him, you know, for all 3 rounds. Is it a 3 round fight? Let me see here. Let me see. Hang on. My phone's in the way, so I can't really see. Um. Or well, I mean, regardless, 3 or 5 round fight. um. Yeah, I think Chiesa gets it done, because first minute or two, at best, they can be on the ground, it can be on the feet, and then after that, I think Chiesa is gonna be able to put Magny on the ground. Also, considering Magny lost 4 times by submission, so that's another big indicator that that Chiesa is likely gonna get the finish via submission. So um, that's how I see it playing out. I knew this fight was scheduled. I knew Chiesa had a fight coming up soon. I just didn't think it was gonna be, uh, you know, on a Wednesday right before the Conor Poirier event. Because let me tell you, Saturday, the Holloway fight against Calvin Cater. I mean, that was a fun card too. The co-main, not the co, was it the co-main event? Yeah, the co-main event between what's his face? Um, Carlos Condit and Matt Brown. I mean, that was a cool fight too. Nice to see Carlos Condit get back on the little 2 fight win streak. So yeah, I mean, I was definitely surprised to see them doing the event on Wednesday. I know they do Wednesday events, but yeah, I didn't think they would do one right before the Connor fight. But yeah, it's certainly scheduled. It's tomorrow, and it's gonna be at 9 a.m. And I'm thinking now, is that 9 a.m. Western time? It doesn't really specify here. But hang on, let me see. I wonder where this fight is. Etihad Arena. Let me see. Where is this place? Is this one in Vegas? No, this isn't. This isn't. No, this is in Abu Dhabi. So, yeah, this one is gonna be in Abu Dhabi. It's gonna be at 9 a.m. Mm, I wonder what time. I wonder if that means they're gonna show it at 9 a.m. on our end or not. I'm not really sure, guys. By the way, but yeah, I just want to go ahead and say that yeah, Chiesa and Magny is gonna be a good fight, but I see Chiesa winning this one, honestly. I mean, Neil Magny has fought some cool fighters, Robbie Lawler. I mean, Li Jinglang, he beat that guy in the decision because remember that guy actually won on Saturday, so you know. And then Ponzinibbio, see, he got knocked out by him, and that guy got knocked out on Saturday too. So, some of the previous fighters, Neil Magny, actually fought on Saturday. I just mentioned too. So, and then the last person he fought was Robbie Lawler, and he won via decision. So, Neil Magny's, he's definitely slick fighter. I just don't think his style is gonna necessarily work out against Michael Chiesa. I mean, Chiesa is gonna come forward. I mean, as much as you back up, Chiesa is gonna grab you. He's gonna grab you with his claws, and he's gonna put you against the cage, and then he's gonna bear hug you and then try to take you to the ground. So, and after that, I think Chiesa is just gonna be all on top of Neil Magny for all the rounds. Honestly, that's just how I see it playing out. Um, I don't. I mean, if Neil Magny actually doesn't finish this fight soon, I actually don't see Neil Magny, being successful, and that's specifically because Michael Chiesa's ground game and his grappling is really really good, and he's super confident with that. And when he goes to that game plan, he's usually almost always successful. So and I just don't see Neil Magny having an answer to that. Because Neil Magny's a striker, point striker. I mean, he's won 14 by decision. And yeah, I think Michael Chiesa is definitely gonna bring it. I got Michael Chiesa winning this fight. Quite decisively actually. He's the taller guy. He's the longer guy. Neil Magny, I think, is quite long himself. His arms are long, but I think Chiesa is just a tad bit longer. And yeah, we'll have to wait and see how this one plays out. So yeah. I mean, realistically looking at the people Magny's fought. I mean, he's fought some big names. Kelvin Gastelum, Johnny Hendricks, RDA, Rafael dos Anjos, Carlos Condit again. Fought on Saturday, right? Tim Means, and then the other two I mentioned, Li Jinglang and Santiago Ponzinibbio. So yeah, I mean, this guy's fought a good amount of names too, So Neil Magny can definitely be considered a vet. But yeah, against Michael Chiesa, I think Chiesa's style is just gonna be a little too much for Magny. So um, yeah, I mean, again, styles make fights, but I think this one, um, you know, I think this one he's gonna be very advantageous. He's gonna have the advantage. That wasn't even a word. He's definitely gonna have the advantage in terms of the style and what he's gonna be facing. So um, yeah, this guy won 11 by decision, and again, Magny lost 4 by decision, 2 by knockout, and he's won 14 by decision. and obviously, actually, Michael Chiesa has lost none by decision. Just to mention that, which is very an important factor to consider. So yeah, I got my money on Chiesa. I honestly didn't think about betting on this fight, but now that I've talked about it, I really want to do it. I haven't looked at the betting odds, and talking about the betting odds, let me go ahead and quickly pull that up for you guys, just so you can see. um, so let's see, where is it? I'm looking on Bovada, and it looks like, wow, it looks like Neil Magny is the favorite in this fight. Oh my god, I am in complete and absolute shock that Neil Magny is the favorite in this fight, because because I think that it's actually the contrary that should be true, but now that I see that that Neil Magny's the favorite, and the fact that I believe that Chiesa is gonna win this fight, I think I'm definitely gonna go ahead and place a bet. So let's see if it's plus 120 against minus 150. So if I do 100 on Chiesa, I'll get 100. I'll win $120. And you know what, guys? Let me tell you something, man. I put money on fights just because it's so much more interesting whenever you watch a fight that you placed a bet on, and that makes it worth a lot more, because then you got something personally on the line. So that's why I tend to place money whenever I see that there's a good likelihood of winning, and I think this fight is definitely one of them. So yeah, I'm highly considering putting up like 300 to 400 on Michael Chiesa. Considering that he's also the underdog, I that makes it far more intriguing for me to consider to go forward with placing the bet. So yeah, like I said, guys, I bet obviously to win, but when you put money on the fight, it makes it a lot more interesting to watch it, because then you're cheering for something. And whenever you're just watching a doll, then what are you really cheering for, so that's just my take. But yeah, I place my money where my mouth is. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna, and probably and likely gonna, place a bet on this fight in favor of Chiesa winning. So yeah, that's gonna be tomorrow. I just gotta see what time it's gonna be Pacific. I'll probably drop that in the comments whenever I find out Pacific time, and then Eastern is again 2 hours after. And then for the rest of the world, I have no idea. So you guys are gonna have to figure that out. But yeah, if you guys just Google it, just do the time comparison, you'll be able to see. It's not something that'll be too hard to find. But yeah, I mean, regarding the rest of this card, just looking at it, the only other fighter that I see, that I know, that I've heard about, that I've seen again fight before, is Roxanne Modafferi. And the last time I actually placed a bet on Roxanne was against that young fighter. I can't remember her name, but she was like a 21-year-old fighter, and Roxanne was the underdog by a great amount, and she went ahead and got the victory. So yeah, I'm gonna have to actually look into that bet as well. So actually, yeah, I'm gonna have to go on and see, not bet. I'm gonna have to look into that fight as well, and see who she's gonna fight. Her name is Viviane Arroyo. I'm not really sure if I'm saying that right, but yeah. I might go ahead and place a bet on that fight too, only because Roxanne is just so skilled and has just shown to be so good recently. I definitely think that she has that championship belt capacity and the competing for the belt and winning it. So I'm gonna have to look into that fight as well now that I see that she's fighting. Just because I know how she fights, that's why. You guys gotta know the fighters, guys. So that's another piece that makes things interesting. But yeah, guys. For the most part, yeah, I got Chiesa winning the fight tomorrow. It's gonna be Wednesday the 20th. I didn't think that it was actually there was actually gonna be an event tomorrow and or today, depending on where you're located in the world. But yeah, yeah, Chiesa and Magny's going down, and there's a bunch of new fighters and faces that are also gonna fight along in the prelim as well. So, yeah, we're gonna be seeing lots of excitement tomorrow, guys. So. Stay tuned for that. And yeah, I'll do another video right whenever the event ends. So yeah, guys, Chiesa Magny going down tomorrow. 9 a.m. It's saying on Google. But I don't really know. I don't really know the exact time. In terms of location. But yeah, guys. Drop some comments and let me know who you guys think is gonna win. Like the video, subscribe to my channel, and stay safe out there, guys. And watch the fight. And then we'll talk about it later. So, nonetheless, with all that being said, guys, peace. I'll catch you guys soon.